reduce stress, and boost your focus. Hey y'all, how you doing? It's me, Geraldine, the entrepreneur guide, web and SEO expert. There have been many times in my life as an entrepreneur where days were stressful, work was really hectic, and I wasn't really happy about how things were going. So I've begun to experiment with my schedule, trying new things and seeing what works best for me. Today, I'm going to share my 4 tips for what I do to reduce my stress and boost my focus throughout the work week. So, number 1, know your priorities. I know that some people will create a mega to do list, and I used to do that too. And to be honest, I'd get pretty overwhelmed. I'd have about 20 or 30 things on the same exact list, and then I would just cross some out and feel very dissatisfied at the end of the day because I only gotten a few of those things done. It's not always natural for me to automatically know the steps and when I need to space out all the different tasks. So, the way that I've dealt with that is to have a few different factors that I look at to prioritize. There's 2 sets. The first one is based on time. Are there any time-based dependencies on this particular task? Is a client or a colleague waiting for it? Is something due? There's going to be a particular launch on a certain day? Or is there a dependency in the sense where if I don't complete my work, then a teammate can't do their part? Is my part dependent on something else happening? If neither one of those are relevant, then I look at, is it a need or is it a want? Is it something that I actually need to do to move the needle forward in something that I'm looking to accomplish? Or is it something that I want to do? And in some cases, both are equally important. However, I always have to look at, okay, if this is something that I want, is it going to distract me from the rest of my work? Or can I table that for later this week or the following week and feel okay? Those are the 4 factors that I look at to specify my priorities. Number 2 on my list is to take breaks. And oftentimes, when I take these breaks, I'm either eating or I'm moving my body. Movement practice has been so critical and transformational for me, to be honest. I used to be very sedentary, just sit in front of the computer, work all day, hunched over, kind of like this. But what I realize is that even the littlest things make a difference. 3 to 4 times a day, I will take at least a 5-minute break or more, and I'll do a quick YouTube video. It might be stretching, yoga, or qigong, something that's pretty simple to do just to get my energy moving. Sometimes I'll concentrate on a task so much that my energy is kind of wrapped up and I need to just move around to shake it off. Other times it might be a meeting that was pretty active or intense. So I find that moving around really helps to reset. In terms of eating, I love to eat and nutrition is important. So I find it very helpful to have some fruits and vegetables cut in advance. Usually I'll spend at least a day or two throughout the week to cut things, have them in containers, so that way I can snack throughout the week and kind of have in mind what types of things I want to pair those fruits and veggies with when I do take my breaks and eat. I do like to cook. It's one of my forms of creativity. So I actually do cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know that for some of you out there, maybe you don't enjoy cooking that much, but having things prepared in advance or at least planning what you're going to eat throughout the week is definitely helpful to eliminate any frustration when you're hungry. Number 3 on my list is I flow throughout the day and make adjustments as necessary. I used to be so fixated on my day was going to be focused on doing particular things, and there's no question that I was going to get those things done. As a result, what would happen is I would work 12 to 14 hours a day. I have found over time that that's not very productive and it's pretty taxing in the long run. I live my best life when I'm switching from task to task. And for some of you, you might call that multitasking. For me, I just call it flowing. I'll start doing a particular task based on my feelings. I know there's a lot of you out there who say, oh, you have to do the hardest task first. For me, I like to have quick wins. So I might choose things that are smaller tasks so I can feel accomplished. Then I can tackle the bigger ones. And if I get stuck in the middle of a big one, then I'll switch. Or maybe I'll move the completion of that task to a different day if I'm able, because it takes a little bit more brain power than I thought. Create your schedule in a way where not all of your tasks that you complete in the day are critical. I think it's very important to have a very well-rounded set of tasks, some which are smaller so you can have your quick wins, others that are bigger, and others that are critical. So that way, if you need to shift anything, you have the flexibility to. For me personally, that helps me to feel more in control of my day, and it also supports my productivity as well. My last tip is to group meetings at a particular time frame on a particular day. This one has been completely game changing for me. I now only participate in meetings that I need to be on, and I have particular days of the week and timeframes that I like to set them. For those of you who have a lot of people booking meetings with you, one of the things that I've done to release a lot of stress is to have a calendar. So I personally use Calendly and I set particular days where people can set meetings with me. That helps me control when I'm going to have my meetings and minimizes a lot of the back and forth correspondence that takes place when you're scheduling meetings. Having meetings grouped on particular days at particular time helps with the brain process as well. When you're in a meeting, sometimes it requires collaboration, interaction with other people, and that is a different set of skills and energy than something you may be doing independently, such as critical thinking, deep concentration, analyzing numbers, creativity, things where you're kind of processing in your own way. That's a very different skill set than social skills. So separating your meeting times from your independent work times will definitely support you in using your brain power efficiently. Know your priorities. Take breaks, which means eating and moving your body, flow throughout the day and adjust as needed, and group your meetings on particular days and times throughout the week. Before I go, I'd like to give a special invitation to those of you female entrepreneurs who are juggling several demands in your life, whether it be business, personal, or health. I know that could be very overwhelming. So I'm really excited to invite you to the She Can Thrive Summit that's hosted by Tina Dowdy. I'm one of the speakers in this event as well, and the registration is completely free. There's a link in the description below and also up above. And here's what you can expect when you attend this summit. You'll learn simple ways to manage your business in a way that supports your lifestyle, strategies for preventing burnout, insights on building resilience, especially if you have an autoimmune condition, real life examples and methods from successful entrepreneurs such as myself who have created flexible businesses and have found methods for navigating burnout. Click the link to register for this summit. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you're viewing this from. Leave a comment down below because I'd like to hear how you reduce your stress and boost your focus as well. Bye.